it's a really sticky and unfortunate situation. However, I feel like I just absolutely have to dissect this more. I just kind of wanted to just show and rant and tell you my thoughts, because I've had a gut feeling about DefNoodles for a long time. I just didn't know what the heck it was.
So I thought it would be an interesting idea to have a conversation about not only his coverage, as well as all the conversations that happen afterwards. So here it is.
So I'm gonna definitely do my due diligence, go down this rabbit hole, see what I find that I won't like, clearly. Anyways, and his whole Keemstar saga in order to get in Ethan's good books.
Relevant news.
And all the drama and all that with a cup of noodles. It's the one, the only, Dennis DefNoodles. What? There you go. Welcome,
Hello.
Def.
Well, thank you for having me. This is crazy.
It's an honor to be sitting here with you today to present the drama of the year. And who better?
Who better? Yeah. Oh, well, who better? Yeah. Oh, well, it's an honor to be wearing a tux for the first time in like 5 years.
But that's an example.
Wait. If you're disenfranchising minority creators, wouldn't that be a racist act?
I mean, people, the whole thing behind white privilege is that people don't understand that they're doing something that's disenfranchising someone without them even realizing it.
Irrelevant news.
Speaking of racism, this NFT project is getting canceled because, you guessed it, people are calling it incredibly racist.
Racist Meta Slave NFT project rebrands after being called racist.
So let me see if I get this straight, folks. Somebody made an NFT project named Meta Slave where you can literally purchase non-fungible tokens that are pictures of black people.
Irrelevant news.
It's just like, if you are going to state that you're doing comedy, don't report on what's going on. How about that? And if you do report on what's going on, keep it at irrelevant news. Keep it at irrelevant news. Because what you're saying here is that this situation, which obviously involves trauma, essay, pedophilia, I mean, it goes into a whole bunch of different realms. I don't necessarily think that's irrelevant.
Meaning that you can own a black person if you buy this NFT.
I don't necessarily think that's irrelevant.
Much like slave owners owned and traded black people during slavery.
Is that irrelevant, Def? I don't think that's irrelevant. You see what I'm saying?
Who the fuck thought this was a good idea?
With this project, we want to show everyone that we will never forget the victims of our ancestors.
The whole thing behind white privilege is that people don't understand that they're doing something that's disenfranchising someone without them even realizing it.
And that is why people need to call this guy out.
There's truth in it. And I'll show you where the truth is.
Once again, to add insult to injury.
Let me say something. Yeah, say something. Let me say something. Oh yeah, no comedian has ever been fucking sane, okay? If you knew half of what I went through in my fucking life, you would be surprised that I'm able to fucking speak right now rationally.
Boom. He says, I wouldn't be here right now being able to speak so rationally. You haven't spoken rationally in an hour and 10 minutes.
If you knew half of what I went through in my fucking life, you would be surprised that I'm able to fucking speak right now.
So let me see if I get this straight, folks.
To make this even more embarrassing, if you take a look at Dennis's IMDb page, it claims he was born in New Jersey to a wealthy Warner Brothers executive, and then he moved to Brazil at a young age before attending boarding school in Florida, all before his claim of moving to America with nothing at age 12. Then videos started popping up of Dennis making skits about how he sees himself as Brazilian and white.
A lot of context is lost on social media, and usually the more context is lost, the more, like, I guess, captivating and the more outrage something generates, right? It's so easy to just flatten something to the most basest thing and just appeal to emotion, right? And completely remove all the humanity from it.
Irrelevant news.
This NFT project is getting canceled because, you guessed it, people are calling it incredibly racist. So let me see if I get this straight, folks. Like, it's like politicians say, right? Like making a bumper sticker version of a policy, right?
Irrelevant news.
You're not gonna get anything out of it, you know. And I feel like social media is designed for this.
Of course, there's people gonna believe it because the way he presents it.
Welcome back to my channel. If you are brand new here, hello, my name is Pearl. If you are not brand new here, thank you for keeping me alive. Let's get into today's video. Obviously, I did state that I was going to react to DefNoodles' new video where he states, or should I say clickbaits, that he is quitting. However, I watched it in my spare time instead, and it was something I was actually very glad I did not react to. However, I do want to throw out my kudos there to DefNoodles. I do think his apology was extremely sincere. I do believe it was genuine. However, were there parts that I believe were calculated within his video? Abso-freaking-lutely. I don't understand why he didn't just start the video with the beginning of his apology instead of putting it at the end of his video. Also, why not just have that part of the apology just as a video by itself completely, like most YouTubers would do? However, whatever, it's your channel, you can do what you want. Another thing that was just extremely ridiculously annoying to me, and honestly made me believe that this is exactly why so many people don't necessarily care for your apologies, at least from my perspective, is due to the fact that if you were open to criticism and listened and actually took that feedback to learn and show how you've learned these things through your actions, this wouldn't be something I would have to bring up. But tying slavery and NFTs, and that being a pretty huge story in my opinion, shouldn't necessarily be broadcasted as irrelevant news. It shouldn't even be in the same category. If you think that that's something that should be condemned, please explain to me why. And you're telling me that that is irrelevant. Is that, am I supposed to is that right there is exactly why I do not understand why you would format that video in that way. And it's sad and it sucks to say that because I liked your apology, but it makes absolutely no sense for you to go from irrelevant news, talk about Trump, boom, NFT slavery. Excuse me? Explain to me why you thought that was a good idea. And I'm sure a lot of people would not criticize that, but for me, it's a huge criticism. It's huge. It's absolutely ridiculous that you would even do such a thing and then tie your apology at the end. It's almost as if, yes, you're apologizing and it is sincere. However, you didn't learn anything. And it just shows that, yeah, there's definitely a lot of growing that you still have to do, along with all of us, right? We all have growing that we have to do, but it's really important in this time of YouTube and the internet to be even more cautious of what we are doing that influences the trajectory of others' minds, especially when you have a platform, whether it's large, small, medium. It is something you have to be cautious of. So it's so inherent to me how you could literally tie irrelevant news to NFT slavery. I just cannot even fathom. Besides the point, guys, let me know what y'all thought about this video. Really want to start bringing some more commentary videos for you guys within my channel, so hopefully this was a better styled video. Let me know your thoughts. Obviously reactions will still be here to stay, and
I rest my case.
Hit the leaf with the